that you
It was after the breakup because the breakup was really hard. You know, that was a very hard thing to get through. You know, with us being a family, my daughter, it was just really tough on all of us, and so that was just really tough. And so I was depressed for a long time after that, and then I just got tired of feeling like that. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't. God, please come and get me.
Right.
I don't have the strength to find you. Just come get me, and I'll follow you. Wherever you want me to go, I'll follow.
I didn't mean to gross you out before we even start. So wait, yo, I'm trying to get this camera. It might be a little crooked, or I'll just have to edit it later tonight. But what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. Now I know y'all was expecting the video on Tuesday, but let me tell you something. VH1 tied us up, I would say from 3 o'clock until the end of Love and Hip Hop. And it was just so hot in my room that I didn't have time to do a video. And Tuesday you just want to relax because it's kind of like we've been working since Saturday. Saturday we were in New York to go see Brandy on Broadway as she stars as Roxy Hart in Chicago, and it's such a great show and I want you guys to go see it. So go to Chicago, I believe it's ChicagoOnBroadway.com, and get your tickets. Brandy is there until August 2nd. So they got all kinds of ticket prices where you can go, and anywhere you sit in the theater is a good seat because you're like right there. But you know, Brandy, shout out to Brandy because she put us in the 6th row. And I mean, we was smack dab in the middle. And it was just, I just really, really enjoyed the show. Now, we went for the first time to see Chicago 5 years ago when Michelle was there. And this time, though, I can say that I really, really paid attention to what was going on during the play. Like, I've never seen the movie before. And to me, Chicago was basically like showing how the media can make stars out of murderers, or, you know, to me it's kind of like how it is in life today, like how the media can make anybody a star, but once somebody else comes out that's better, they'll run off to the new person and make the other person feel like, well, damn, you ain't shit no more. And I can just only imagine how many people feel like that now. You know, they had the spotlight and everything, and then it just gets taken away from them until the next big thing come along. So I really want you guys to go see Chicago. And if you haven't seen the movie, which I plan on doing, I'm going to rent it. I'm going to watch the movie that was done in 2002 with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Renee Zellweger and Richard Gere. Yes. So let me just tell you something. The Brandy interview for myself, I like going into the interview, like while we were just starting to talk, I just felt like it wasn't going to be like our previous interviews where, you know, we were laughing a lot and everything. Brandy really, like, gave her testimony. She didn't tell it all, because I'm ready to read that book. But you knew that she was just such a changed person. And just the way she was talking, the things that she was saying, it was just, to me, like, oh my God, like, she has really been through something. And I didn't know that she was, you know, in a depressed state. But I mean, only thing I can think about is, like, I knew that she was heartbroken over, you got engaged, you told the world, and then 4 months later it's not to be. And I know that in many interviews she was just saying, like, she don't know what she was going to do if they ever broke up. And damn, it happened. You know, it just really happened. But for me, like, I enjoyed it. And I think that Oprah should be calling Brandy within the next 6 months and do a Super Soul Sunday, because Brandy has a story to tell, and I would love for her and Oprah to sit there and just talk about life. I think it would be
really
a real good show. Yeah. So, is there anything you want to say about, you know, you going to the show?
I loved it. I enjoyed it. Shout out to everyone that has already seen it. Shout out to those of you who haven't seen it yet, who are planning on seeing it, I should say. Shout out to Brandy for the great seats, for the tickets, just for her warm hospitality. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, and shout out to the people we met outside of the Ambassador Theater. It was just, I don't know. We got a lot of love, and we took a lot of pictures. I recorded some people. It was just fun, and you know, I got 2 people to sing. Now, one, you know, I could tell she was nervous, but she wanted to keep going. The second one, you could tell that she had some training, and that her mother is kind of like one of those showbiz moms, because she's from Indiana, I believe she said, but she wanted to star in The Wiz. I didn't know that it's a new play coming to Broadway, and she was, what you call it? What's her name? Who sings home? Dorothy. Yeah. She wanted to play Doctor. Don't do that.
Have you ever seen The Wiz?
Yes. Oh, bitch.
I'm
Who
just
has
saying.
never seen The Wiz?
Right. Well, then that's why I'm shocked that you
I had to
sang home.
remember. I just, you know, sometimes I'm getting older. I'm getting up there.
Who else would want to go home? Dorothy. No, I'm not gonna say that.
By the way, I ain't mean to do that. Thumbs up this video. Thumbs up this video. I'm gonna do up my little fingers to the camera. I didn't mean that. Yeah, it was just a fun day. Now, also, I want to give a shout out to Aeon for. I don't think she does YouTube videos anymore, but we had a chance to have lunch on Friday, and we talked. Oh, I'm gonna get on you in a second. We had
Who, me?
No, Beyonce. We had a great lunch, and we talked about, you know, her transition, and you know, how gays and transgender, how they don't get along as much, but we just had some great conversation because she was in town for a transgender conference, and she said it's been going on here for 14 years, and that's something that I never knew about. But I just want to give a shout out to her because we had great conversation, and I would love for her to come on the Scorpion Show to discuss what we talked about, you know, at lunch. I'll wait to discuss what we talk about at a later time, but just shout out to her. What else?
All these bells and trains and whistles and things.
Yes, I got to turn all this shit off. I'm sorry. I want to give a shout out to my girl Serena Williams because while we were on our way to Chicago, on our way to New York, Serena Williams was playing for her 20th Grand Slam in the French Open. I was getting myself ready. I was like, oh Serena, she gonna knock this girl out in the hour. Child, Serena won the first set, 2 games away from winning the second set. Then all of a sudden, this girl was like, fuck this, I'm gonna fight for my life. Came back and beat Serena in the second set. By that time, I had to leave. So this girl, she's won 2 more games in the third set, and then Serena was like, fuck this, you're not going to deny me, and Serena won 6 straight games, and she won the third set. So Serena Williams won her 20th Grand Slam, and she is now the 3rd female tennis player to win 20 Grand Slams. Not only that, she's tied for number 2 in the Open era for the most Grand Slams, and she's 2 Grand Slams away from tying Steffi Graf, 3 away from beating Steffi Graf and being the most Grand Slam, having the most Grand Slam titles in tennis for females. And if she wins 4 more, she'll tie Margaret Court, who has the most out of all tennis overall. And then if she wins 5 more, which is going to be tough because she's getting up there, she will be the only female tennis player to win the most Grand Slam titles. So we are rooting for you, Serena. Stay healthy. Don't get sick. This girl played sick during this tournament and still kicked ass. So come on, Serena. We are rooting for you. We are all rooting for you. Now, let me stop getting all hype. I just love you, Serena, and keep on winning. Keep on winning. And shout out to the other girls that's in the tournament because, some people didn't know that we got more black female tennis players, and we do. We had Madison Keys, Sloane Stevens, and Taylor Townsend. Like, they're coming up. So, Venus and Serena has inspired a lot of players. So, shout out to them. So, we all know what was the big news on Sunday when we woke up. McKinney, Texas. And it has been talked about all week. If you have been under a rock, how can I explain it the fast way? It was residents throwing a graduation party, right? And if you are going to this pool party, you must have a pool party pass, and if you're going to have guests, you can bring 2 guests with you on the pass. So there's people you got white people there, you got the black family having a party and invited some friends over. The party had too many people coming to the event. So the guard locked the gate, but you had people climbing over the fence, which was upsetting the guard. Now you have some white people there upset about what's going on. And from what they were saying, the white people were saying racist slurs to them, saying that you need to go back to your Section 8 housing. Now, the reason they were saying that is because some of the homes in the community are Section 8, even though it's a I wouldn't say it's an upscale area, but it's a nice, affordable, like around, I can't remember the prices, but it's not that, it wasn't that expensive to me to buy a home in that area where the median where people make money is around $45,000 to $50,000. So they were saying the racist slurs to the black kids. One of the white girls that was there was like, "You're not going to talk to my friends like that. You're an asshole." So one of the girls that was with the people talking the racist stuff, she was saying that you don't talk to him like that. That's an adult. You don't talk to him like that. So they got into a fight. Now, while this fight is going on, the man that was with them, he calls the police to tell them that it's just a bunch of people coming into this pool party. So you have, from what I've seen from the 7-minute video, I think I already seen like officers there's like controlling the situation. But you have one officer whose name is Eric Caseball. He comes running through, tucking and rolling. I think he fell and played it off by rolling. And start yelling at all the kids, telling them to move, telling them to sit down. He was just telling them to do everything. And he was just so aggressive. And when you come into a scene like that, you're supposed to find out what the fuck is going on. You don't be yelling at children and saying all kinds of things to them. Because if you yelling at them, they're not going to listen to you, especially if you're cursing to them. Some people he told to sit down, they got up anyway. And then he sat them on the grass and told them again, "I told you not to move, you're not listening to me." He gets aggravated, he walks over to the street area and starts telling the girls they better move, they better move. Mind you, he's only talking to the black people. And he was filmed by a white person the whole time and never said nothing to that white guy that was holding the camera. Never said anything to him. Didn't tell him to move, get away, sit down, nothing. So while some of the girls left, I guess it was one girl that she wasn't moving too fast enough for him. So he takes her, slings her to the ground. Slings her to the ground, get your face on the ground. He putting his knees in her back. And then you have the other children like, "Ho, ho!" You know, everybody running up to him like, this is not going down like that. So the officer proceeds to pull out his gun and chase the 2 other guys, and they ran off. And then you can see the other cops like trying to calm this officer down that pulled out his gun. So he goes back to the girl and put his gun back in his holster. And this sparked like a big debate about whether what happened, was it racist or wasn't it racist? You had, was he a racist cop or wasn't he a racist cop? Just because you don't say nigger or, say anything, that does not mean you can't be racist. Because your actions can show a lot about you by the things that you do. And the only people that he was coming at were the black people. The fight had everything to do about race, because you're saying you need to go back to Section 8, you're calling them racist names, like you're saying a lot of stuff, like people are going to get upset. You say it to the wrong person, some people want to kill you. And what baffles me is you had some residents, mind you, if you feel that the officer was in the right, don't take no interviews and just show your back. because you don't want to be identified and still have a big ass tattoo on your neck where people can know who you are. Like I just didn't get some of the stuff that was going on. I didn't really watch any news coverage of it. I basically followed everything that was going on BuzzFeed, and that's starting to become my new favorite website because they have everything listed on everything that happened. Now, I've been talking, and I need to sip some of this coffee. And I know that you went to CNN, and I know that you've seen a lot. What did you see? Or what is your thoughts?
Well, I saw the same thing you saw. And I agree with the police chief of the department when he says that all of his officers acted accordingly except for this one. And that's why that one was put on administrative leave. But then I guess somebody got in his ear and told him, you better resign before they fire you. So that's what he did. But whatever the case may be, he no longer works as a police officer. And I'm glad because he was just way out of line. Way out of line. Even in the video, it's so crazy because even in the video when you see the other police officers, you actually see some of the police officers in the video like trying to figure out what's going on like with this man. Because he's so out of control that it's like, what is going on? I mean, he's yelling, he's screaming, it was a crazy video. I'm just glad that no one got seriously injured.
Yeah,
you know,
nobody got killed.
Or killed. Because he pulled out his gun, like not a taser, a gun. And for those people who are for those residents down there that are cheering him on, I found it quite interesting because here they had this young white teenage boy who was recording it, who totally disagreed with what the police officer was doing. Then you had some white residents who totally agreed with what he was doing. Then I saw a black teenage boy who actually praised the police officer, not praised the police officer, but actually said that all of that happened had nothing to do with race, and I was shocked. So it's like, I mean, it just goes to show you, it all depends on who you ask, and that's why, because I originally saw a 15-second clip. Instagram needs to do something about these 15 seconds. They need to add more seconds.
Yes, like 40, like a minute.
Yeah, at least a minute. You know, at least allow you to see a minute. I saw a 15-second clip on Instagram, and it was the only clip I saw was when he was tossing the girl down. And I remember I said on Twitter when I saw it again, I said, you know, wow, I really need to see the full video so I can understand what's going on. Somebody wrote me and said, well, it doesn't really matter. And I said, well, you know, all I know is that this cop is throwing this girl down, but I don't know what is going on. You know, I don't know what's going on. So it does matter because I want to be able to know, you know, what's going on before I just start saying all types of stuff and I don't know what happened. So what was I saying? I say that to say
about the you had some people.
Yeah, you just have all different types of people. You know, you had even a black, an older gentleman, an African American older gentleman who was saying that what was going on wasn't about race. So you had some white people saying it was about race. You had some black people saying it wasn't about race. You had this black person saying it wasn't about race. You had those black people saying it was about race. So it's like, it kind of reminded me of, what's that, it kind of reminded me of the Trayvon Martin case, where you had the girl who was on the phone with Trayvon Martin when he got killed, but she couldn't tell you what happened. But you were on the phone with him. Like, you know, one day she said this, and the next day she said that. And it's like, you had all these different people saying all these different things, and I'm just like, look. For me, the main thing is, I went past the race stuff. Because people said that they heard somebody. I didn't even see a video of somebody saying any racial slurs, whatever the case may be. My issue wasn't the racial slurs. My issue was with the cop and how he conducted himself while he was there. Because police officers are to conduct order when they come into a situation. They're not supposed to make the situation worse. And that's what he did. He didn't have any type of order. He made the situation worse. So whether or not it was about racial slurs that were thrown before he got there, to me, that's not even what's being talked about. In the news, that's not even what's being talked about. It's the cops' behavior is what's being talked about, and I think that is the more important story. Why? Because you have cops like this time after time after time getting away with it, even with video. They're getting away with it. And when I saw this video, I said to myself, "Man, I don't know how they going to prove that this guy is guilty of anything wrong because you done seen cops kill people on camera and they didn't got away with murder." So how are they gonna prove that he did anything wrong by putting his knee on somebody's
and
neck?
and it's just worse that he's yelling and cursing at children. They're teenagers, but you're yelling and cursing at them, and you slamming a girl to the ground. That's already like, oh my god. Like it's a lot of things. Like the racist stuff that the white people were saying to the black kids, that was wrong. That was just wrong to even come out your mouth to say that about.
Yeah, it was wrong.
Now, the kids that were hopping over the fence, y'all were dead fucking wrong. Y'all knew y'all was wrong for doing that. If you can't get in, you can't get in. Point blank. You don't be hopping over people's fences and tearing shit up. Because if you tear it up, guess who got to pay for it? Your parents got to pay for that. Your parents got to pay for that. Now, the officer, instead of, I don't feel bad for him. Like, you ran up on this scene, instead of finding out what was the problem, you thought you knew every damn thing. And, you know, they compared him to like the Power Rangers and stuff, but yeah, like you really showed your ass, and I'm glad that
they compared him to who?
The Power. You know how they do the gifts and stuff. They like the Power Rangers. They be fighting and all of that. Where they use the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers intro with him rolling and tucking, and then doing the girl, and his name came up. But yeah, it was a lot. And then I've noticed that the media, especially Fox News. Because I keep saying, you know, I see stuff. I mainly sit on this computer now. Me at the computer, really? Yes. I mean, like, normally, like, you know, the desk used to be there, and I can watch both. But now it's like, I got to focus on one thing and not be looking at two. So, while I'm getting all this together. So, I'm watching Fox News. Not Fox News. I'm watching the Fox News segment with Sean Hannity and one of the girls that was there and her father.
Black girl, white girl?
Black.
Okay.
Both black. Well, of course, her father's black. Well, actually not, of course, but yeah. She's black, her father's black. So they basically was getting Sean Hannity the fuck out of here. And, you know, once you start getting out of control, getting the host together, it's time to cut the interview short. Sean Hannity was making up all kinds of excuses defending the cop. Megyn Kelly making all kinds of excuses defending the cop. It's like, where the fuck are y'all morals? Now you can sit on TV and defend a 14-year-old molesting a 5-year-old, but you can't get up on TV and say that officer was wrong for manhandling that 14-year-old girl like that. Where the fuck are your morals, Fox News? Oh, they were agitating the cop. No, bitch, they wasn't agitating the cop. He slammed that girl to the ground that was with them, and that made them go off. So him pulling the gun out when they're not even threatening him, that was wrong. And besides, they're teenagers. Why the fuck is he pulling out a gun anyway? You mean to tell me he's not calm enough or can't have a conversation with them to let them know what's going on is wrong and that they need to leave? They need to go home? Really? Like, Fox News just really gets the fuck on my nerve with the people that they hire to sit on TV and say all kinds of dumb shit just to look good for these white people that watch their show. And then you have white people, it goes beyond, like, this is just crazy. You got these white people going on Facebook, losing their fucking jobs now because they're saying, oh, and mind you, this lady was a principal. These black kids, they're just really out of control, and that they really need to bring back segregation. They really need to segregate the white people from the black people, the white students from the black students, and everything. Mind you, you are a principal of a school. Good fucking bye. Another principal in Miami. I didn't see nothing wrong that the cop did. I'm glad that the cop did this. Bitch, now you are, if he's not a principal, he's a superintendent. Lost his fucking job. Making up, just writing dumb shit on the computer. You are responsible for your thoughts that you put out there, especially if it just sounds totally negative. Now, if you just been saying, I didn't find any actions wrong with what the cop did, okay. Everybody has a right to an opinion. But when you start going all the way to the left with your racist and personal,
underline.
Yes. Bitch, you got the gut. And now that lady that was saying the racist slurs that was fighting the girl on the camera, oh.
She's been fired?
She ain't been fired yet, but she's on administrative leave. Because you're not going to work for our company and being a fool.
I mean, social media knows how to find out where you work. When I saw the picture of the lady, the screenshot of her fighting, and then where she worked at, and people were adding Bank of America. I said,
yes.
Lord have mercy.
Bank of America's like, wait a minute, she doesn't work for us. But she does work for a company that works with us. And we'll get back to you on it. Man, come on in our office.
Come on in our office. This is what you're bringing. And I know she probably was in tears. Because you know you get real sensitive.
Yes. And mind you, Fox News did an interview with one of the guys that was a part of the whole fight. But he acted like he was a witness. Like he just spectated what was going on. Bitch, you was a part of the problem. His name is Sean Toon. Told Fox News all of these lies about what happened.
White guy or black guy?
He's white. Then he's standing there, I support the McKinney Police Departments for keeping us safe. Mind you, bitch, you know they did a background check on him. Comes to find out he's been arrested twice. One, he was arrested with some teenagers for killing 75 turkeys as a high school prank. Then he was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. And he spent like maybe a couple months in jail for that. And then you had Megyn Kelly saying, well, you sitting there talking about what happened, but we can't trust you like that because of your record to a black guy. But then, bitch, you got this guy that's going by his first name, not even his last name, just Sean. And he's telling you all of these lies, and he got a criminal record.
That's why he went by his first name. Because he didn't want his last name.
That's right. Like, it's just so much shit going on.
But Fox News don't care. They love the fact that people don't like
They like to be controversial.
Yeah, they like to be controversial.
And then get mad. They get mad when Obama calls them out and say, oh no, we never said that. Shout out to Jon Stewart, and I'm so mad he's leaving TV. Because he has been pulling Fox News cards for a long time. And when they got mad about what the president said about them, he went to the vaults and pulled everything out and got their asses together. Ain't hear nothing about Fox News since about the president down in their network. Yeah, it's just too much racial stuff going on. And with the police, I'm glad that the officer that shot and killed Walter Scott a couple months ago, who was running away from the officer, and the officer shot him in the back 8 times. That officer has been indicted for killing Walter Scott. I don't remember the officer's name, but so yeah, he'll be on trial soon for that. A story that I read on Monday was about a teenager. His name is Kalief Browder. He lived in New York. He was accused of robbing someone of a backpack. This was maybe like 7 years ago. He was accused of that happening. Not 7, maybe 5 years ago. He was accused of that happening. And he was sent to Rikers Island, which is a big time prison. It's their main prison in New York.
Robbing somebody for a backpack?
Robbing somebody for a backpack. He was 16 at the time.
Oh, I didn't send you up to Rikers for that.
Yeah, they accused him of doing it. And he denied it. He never did it. Kept him in Rikers Island for 3 years with no trial and no charges, and just let him go. Like, released him 3 years later. Now, mind you, while he was in there, he was in solitary confinement for over a year and some time. That's spending, 23 hours a day inside of a hole, or every day, 24 hours, one of them, in a hole. And while he was in there, he was losing his mind. He was being abused by the guards. He was being abused by the inmates. So, and he tried to commit suicide 6 times while in this prison. This making me sad talking about it. He tried to commit suicide 6 times while in this prison. Finally, in 2013, he was just set free. And he was saying, like, yeah, I can sue for money. But that's not going to help me mentally. Because mentally, he was messed up. He was still thinking that the cops were after him. He got his GED. He was going to school. He quit. I guess Jay-Z got a word of his story. He met Jay-Z. He met Rosie O'Donnell. They were saying like he just lit up when he met Jay-Z. He was on The View last year, and he had went to dinner with Rosie O'Donnell, and he just he did his deposition about what happened with him being in prison, but all the while he tried to commit suicide like 6 months after he was released. Like his mind, mentally, he just was never right.
He's messed up.
And this past weekend, he committed suicide. He tore the bed sheets and hung himself out of a window. It's just so sad. I don't want to talk about this, but it's just so sad that stuff like this goes on. And it just shows you like how corrupted our police system is. It's just too much. And I didn't even know you could be put away that long without even being charged with anything. And I believe this against one of the amendments.
In recent years, I'm sure they did that all the time, years and years ago, especially to blacks. But I didn't know you could do that today.
Yeah.
But then again, you can kill somebody on camera and get away with it.
And they had videos of these guards abusing him and just him getting jumped by the inmates. It was just so sad to even look at. And I hope that New York really just all over, that all police departments really look into what's going on with their inmates that's in prison. Are they seeing the psych people that they're supposed to be seeing? Like, it's just so sad that this happened. And I don't know what kind of treatment he was getting outside of it, but I'm sure he was going to it. Like, he was really going to school and he quit, and somebody paid for him to finish school. But he just took his life because he couldn't deal with the pressures that was the side effects of being in there for 3 years and just trying to kill himself. He succeeded in what he wanted to do. And his family is still suing the city. And I just hope that I just hope that they learn from this. And I hope that they're helping the people that's in there that has mental problems, or checking the records to see who's in here that's not supposed to be in here, because you don't want this to happen to another person that been jailed and then come out not the same and killing themselves. Even he was saying that mentally he was right. He missed his prom. He missed high school graduation. He just missed so much, all over being accused of stealing a backpack. Such a sad story. Then in another suicide story, we was telling you about the effects of public shaming. His father cut his daughter's hair and posted it on the internet because she wasn't acting right in school. Cut all her beautiful hair. They're driving down the street. She gets out the car and jumps off a bridge and dies the next day. You know, it's just so sad that happened. And this is why I say, like, you have to be careful with some of the stuff you put on the internet, because you never know how that person is going to react to that. So if you're one of those parents that think, if my child act up, that I'm going to do this, I say think again before you post that onto the internet, because once it's on the internet, it is there forever. Even when you think you deleted it, somebody done probably copied it or screen capped it, and it's not going forever. That's why I don't understand why people be tweeting and deleting stuff, because it's there. Once it's out there, it's out there. So I want to pick up the pace of this show, because I don't want to talk about that sad stuff no more. So Monday morning, Beyonce, over the weekend, there was this big announcement. Now, we didn't know what was going on. I asked Mikkel, what the fuck is this announcement? Mikkel, he's like, I don't know. And when the way GMA announced it, like, you don't want to miss this. I got something to say. And I'm like, and they're like, ooh, and it's good. Tune in at 8 o'clock on GMA and all of this shit. And mind you, I slept through all that bullshit. I wake up. I'm thinking like, yeah, it's a new tour, a new album. And I'm seeing that, oh my God, the Beehive went in on Beyonce. They went in on her. Now, I side with the Beehive, because you don't fuck with people's emotions like that. But this big announcement, and they got all the glitz and glamours and cameras popping around just to say, oh, I'm a vegan and I tried this 22-day diet and it's done and it's done wonders for me. Now, all that that's just too much, Beyonce. So the Beehive, they were saying all kinds of nasty comments on her Instagram. And they were posting hamburgers and chickens and pieces and all of that. Beehive, y'all are petty for that. Y'all very petty for doing stuff like that. Just don't bring it to my Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. But I do think that she could have just did an announcement on the show. I think she should have did a live interview with them and to discuss it. Not hype this up like a damn new tour or a new album is coming and you did all of that just to say I'm a vegan. Now, in the good sense of it, some people, whatever Beyonce do, they want to do. Like Beyonce took a picture in that fucking, what is it, the Bulls bathing suit, and you got some girl doing the same thing in the Charlotte's thing. Whatever. Made a dress out of it. Beyonce has a lot of influence on people. So, you probably got some overweight people or some people that's not overweight and just want to, you know, feel healthier. So they're like, well, if Beyonce could do it, bitch, I know I can do it. And basically, we all could do it, but being a vegan is fucking expensive, okay? It's expensive. Even just eating right is expensive. It's, that's one thing I hate about when I gotta go shopping, bitch. I gotta get my tilapia, I gotta get my grilled chicken, gotta get my lettuce, gotta get my fruits. That shit is high. It's high. It ain't cheap to lose weight. It's not. It's never been cheap. When you see them fucking diet plans come to your door, that shit ain't cheap. You like $300. I gotta spend. Well, hey, that's how much a lot of people spend for a family on groceries. Probably more. I know my mom spends more, especially with a house like this. But you tried it. I see that head. I see that head. So yeah, so a lot of people might want to try the vegan thing. Shit, I might even try the vegan thing. But I know that I don't want to be vegan. Brandon don't eat meat and none of that. My best friend, he don't eat meat and none of that stuff no more. I'm just like, and he's like really, really into the animal thing. Like,
that's probably why he does it too.
Yeah,
you work with animals and the stuff that he wants to do, it's like, I can't eat it.
I'd be like, you give me a burger, bitch, I'm eating it. Dennis don't eat beef. Oh, if he eat beef, it tears his stomach. Oh, I don't want to get to that, to where I stop eating something and then it just don't taste right again when I do it again. I don't know. I just want to eat right and all of that stuff. But yeah, but Beyonce, you really tried it. You really, really tried it. There's no need to get on camera, curse you out like that. You knew what you did was wrong. Now, I don't know how the fuck you going to get back into the good graces. Just put up a new picture. They'll be all right.
They'll be just
So, what else happened over this week? There's a lot that done happened that we ain't talked about. Oh, I want to send my condolences to the family of WWE Hall of Famer, WCW legend, father of Goldust and Cody Rhodes, a.k.a. Stardust. Their father, Dusty Rhodes, passed away this morning. Yesterday, it's being reported that yesterday he fell. He was 69 years old, and he fell. And they were saying, like, he wasn't right. His health was, it just started to deteriorate after he fell. And that his kidneys were acting up. And, you know, his family rushed to be by his side, and he passed away this morning. Like, y'all know I could go on and on talking about wrestling and the stories like that, but Dusty Rhodes has been around for a long time. And when they talk about Dusty Rhodes today, it was more so like him mentoring these new wrestlers. Mm-hmm. Like he mentored a lot of them. A lot of people that's in the wrestling business, he has mentored, and he was responsible for a lot of the storylines that took place in wrestling. Also, his legendary feud with Ric Flair. Like, man, Dusty Rhodes, I'm going to miss Dusty Rhodes. Like, I didn't know about his big feud like that with Ric Flair because I was young at the time. But you know, as you get older, you start to see all of that stuff. And they had some knockdown, drag out matches, blood everywhere. Oh, them motherfuckers went in. Like, I seen Dusty Rhodes when I was a kid to him fighting Macho Man Randy Savage and him and the polka dots and him and Sapphire and all that. That's crazy. All of them are now no longer alive from that match. That is crazy. Dusty Rhodes, Sapphire, Macho Man, Sherry, and I think I said everybody. Yeah, they're all no longer here, but yeah. Rest in peace to Dusty Rhodes. It's going to be, people are going to be talking about this all weekend. You'll be hearing a bunch of stories. So we send our condolences to the family of Dusty Rhodes. So Safari and Nicki Minaj. Did you hear about this song?
No.
The Safari released a song yesterday.
I've been out of the loop all week.
It's alright. I know you've had a long. Just stay with me. It's been a week. Jesus. But Safari made this song about his breakup with Nicki Minaj.
The power of prayer.
Yes.
Because it has been a week. Lord
Everything. Now you know you can't talk about your job because now I don't want you to get fired.
Oh no, it's not about my job. No, it's not about my job. It's just you know, just life. You be like, oh. Life can really, really just get on your nerves. And I'm not one to vent to people. You know what I mean? I need to find that one person that I can vent to. I know you're supposed to tell everything to God because He ain't gonna tell nobody. But I just feel like I'm telling too much to Him and I need to tell somebody else.
Where's the first lady?
No, I mean you no. Like one of
You
my
got other
good
issues?
friends. No, not issues. It's just, you know how you just like, oh God, another day, another week. I gotta get this done. I gotta do this.
But in the end, when you get it all done, it was all worth what you
That's why I can't wait until I get it all done.
You'll be all right.
Yes,
You will be fine.
so much.
Yes.
And then, like you said, this weekend was so bad that I told you I had to call out of work on Monday. I had to call out of work, and I haven't called out of work since January.
And let me tell you, before we get to them, because we didn't even talk about us being back on VH1 again. So I got a phone call on Sunday saying, "Hey, what y'all doing Monday? We need y'all. We would love for y'all to do the Love and Hip Hop After Show. Can you and Mikkel do it?" Like I'm gonna say no. Fuck yeah, we gonna do it. So Mikkel is at church, and I'm like, "Well, Mikkel, they want us to do such and such and such." So they said that's the episode. And Mikkel comes to my house Sunday night, so we could watch the episode and start talking about what went on. Let me tell y'all something. They was like, we need y'all to do a 30-second promo. 30-second review of what happened, and then we want you to do the questions. Now, this time for us, we've never been directed before. We've never been directed before, but the hardest thing for me was trying to shorten my delivery in 30 seconds and make it good. And
wait.
What?
Pause. You've never been directed before. I've been directed.
Oh, well, you're right. You're right. Well, excuse me.
I'm just saying. Walnut Street Theater. Okay. I was a student.
I forgot.
Yes, I was a student of the Walnut Street Theater. I've been directed before.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know why, but I've been getting this. I would say for the past 2 years. I really think you should act. It's been bugging me. It's just been like, you need to nudge him. Some of you like, you need to nudge him to go ahead and act, do something. I don't know. I don't know if you lost your passion for it, and you know I ain't gonna keep being. We ain't got to talk about it, but it comes to me every now and again to nudge you to act.
I didn't necessarily lose my passion for it. I think so much stuff has come up in the past 2 years, including this. Like if I focus on stuff like that, then this for me would have to be cut back. You know what I mean? And right now I feel like I don't want to cut this back at this very moment because I feel like we have
so much.
Something that's coming, and I don't want to let it come, and then I'd be over here doing this, and then be trying to hurry up and run back over. So yeah.
We gonna make it work. It's gonna work. Watch.
That's also a part of this week too. Like,
Cause y'all know I'll be wanting to move, and I'll be like, no, bitch, I got this show. I ain't going nowhere. So it's just Anyway, let's not talk about the future. But back to VH1. So yeah, it was hard to be directed and to keep it in 30 seconds because we talked for a long time. And we got so many funny ass bloopers. I'm gonna post them in the future for y'all to see of us doing our test video. It took us like 45 minutes to get it in in 30 seconds, and we had to do it 3 times. And I think the best one we did didn't make TV. The best one we did didn't make TV. So what they did was they recorded us via FaceTime early in the day. I mean, they took our whole day. Took up the whole day. And I was trying to get it right. Mikhail kept nudging me. Bitch, that's not 30 seconds. It's not 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God, I got this. I got this. Bitch, I ain't have shit. I got this, but I ain't have shit. So the producer talking to me, Mikhail talking, I'm like, I'm getting frustrated because you know when you think you got something and you really don't, but you telling yourself you got it, and they telling you, wait, you're going too long, it's frustrating. I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't 30 seconds. It felt like it was like 15 seconds. But let me tell you something. It was 8:30. And then we done did rehearsals and everything. It was 8:30. They showed us the video package that they did, what they editing us, like editing both of us talk, and they made it look so good. I don't know, I guess it was problems running the tape. So they said, you know what? We did all this. Y'all going live at 9 o'clock. Y'all gonna go live. So you got 30 seconds and then you got your questions. And I was like, oh my God. No, y'all didn't. Because he did all of this work. We did all of this work for you to say, oh, you're going live. And then you got to ask your questions. And I felt like the safety net was them editing our video early, our review early, and then we can ask the questions, because that's the easy part. That was the easy part. And now I think I memorized what I was supposed to say. So let me see if I can do it. So Josh is in the kitchen cooking Stevie a big breakfast in a sexy blue lingerie outfit. So they're sitting down there eating. All of a sudden it goes to 10. Jocelyn throws the orange juice in Stevie's face, and thank God security was there because he was ready to F something up. So security grabbed Stevie, they let him go, and they kept calling each other the trash and all this and that, and that's how the scene ended. But that's not how it was supposed to end like that. But, you know, I remember what I was supposed to say, but I could not get that shit right for nothing until 8:50 before we went live on TV. And then while we were on TV, bitch, they didn't cut them out. Like when we started talking, they didn't cut them out of the background. So when you see me lean over, I'm trying to turn off my stereo so that I couldn't hear them in the background talking. But it was a fun experience, and I'm grateful for these experiences with VH1. And just thank you. Like, to me, when they told us at 8:30 that we were going to go live, I said, Mikhail, this was a motherfucking test. This is a test. And, you know, they could have said, well, you know, y'all did good the first time and never invited us back. But they said, we want y'all back. So I'm grateful, and thank you to everyone. Phone calls, emails, text messages, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Can I name all the social media? Like, just thank y'all so much for your support. Excuse me. Thank y'all so much. Your support is what's going to help us. So when we post these videos, please share. That's why I say like and share all the time. Even though some people don't, that's fine. But I would love for you guys to share our work, because we don't sit here for 45 minutes for nothing. We want everybody to see. Some people still say, I don't want y'all to become famous because then they're gonna just cut y'all down. You can't edit people that's already shining, man. You can't do that. You can't edit me. So I want to be seen by everybody. I want everybody to be talking about us, so share our work. And thank you for your support. And that's not the end of the Scorpion Show yet.
No, because there's something you was going to say. Oh, so I was going to call Serena. Safari and
Nikki. Safari did a breakup diss song. To me, it wasn't really a diss. It was some emoting his feelings. And for a man to do this about a woman, I feel like, no. But then again, the song was really good. And I feel the best songs are made from pain. Mm-hmm. And the first, you know, if he was on Apollo and he started rapping that first 20 seconds, they would have booed the fuck out of him. Mm-hmm. But once you got past that part, oh, it was good. It was really good. And it's making me want to hear.
Is he singing?
He's rapping. Oh, he's rapping. But he has somebody on there singing that sounds like R. Kelly, but it's not R. Kelly. It's good. It's really good. And I'm interested to hear his music. But I don't want him to be Nicki bashing the whole time. And Nicki Minaj, she got on Twitter yesterday and was saying the past is the past. I will still love you. And I still forgive you. So I'm assuming that either she's forgiven him for making the song or she's forgiven him for cheating on her. So something went down that we don't know about, but it is what it is. A Louisiana mother, a lot of people were not disrespecting her, but they were very upset with what she had to say about the death of her daughter. Her daughter went missing. The daughter took the car on May 30th. The daughter called and was like, I'll be home on Wednesday. The girl never makes it home. They find her on Interstate 10 in New Orleans East. Now, while they're at this rally talking about what's going on, she was saying, I'm talking to all of y'all. Y'all need to start listening to your parents, and y'all need to stop being so sneaky and doing things. Because my daughter didn't listen to me, her life was cut short. She's like, I kept telling her about how God works. How God works. Like, if you don't listen and honor me, she didn't say, I'm paraphrasing, but if you don't listen to the things that I tell you to do, your days on earth will be numbered. And that's in the Bible. And she was speaking that and telling the people like that. She was like, I don't want this. I don't want y'all to be the next her, basically, talking to this crowd. And people were saying all kinds of stuff. I applaud this mother even while she's in her pain, that she can talk and say these things. She said, I'm not upset with God. She said, I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do as a parent. I did that. And me being a parent to her, you know, her life is over because she did not do the things that she was supposed to do. But she was, you know, she was crying and everything. But, you know, I don't think that people should be coming down on this woman, because it takes a lot to even say that while you're going through so much pain. It's not like she didn't care for her daughter, because you got parents out there that don't give a fuck. But she fought and fought. She said, I fought with my daughter for 5 years. And she died at 16. She said, I fought with her for 5 years to get herself together, and she just wouldn't do it.
A parent knows. And sometimes, like the mother said, sometimes you're going to learn the hard way. And sometimes that hard way is going to be the only way, because you ain't going to get no other ways. And, like, you know, the truth hurts. You learn that all the time. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I don't know about anybody else, but I know, for me, my pastor says it all the time in church. The truth hurts. That is one of the reasons why people don't come to church, because the truth hurts and they don't want to hear the truth. So they make up all these other excuses why they don't go. I don't go because it's too many people. I don't go because they gay bash. I don't go because I don't like this person. I don't go because they always got something to say about the way I dress. I don't go because you're supposed to come as you are and they say you got to have this on. I don't go because of this and that. You don't go because you don't want to hear the truth. And so therefore you stay away from it. And this mother was letting everybody know the truth. This is what happened. I explained these things to my daughter for 5 years, and look what has happened. And the sad thing is, I wonder at that very last moment if the daughter even thought for a minute, I should have listened to my mom. I've been in situations, even as an adult, I've been in situations where I'm like, damn, my mom and dad said this would happen. And look, it's happened. And because I didn't listen to them, this is the predicament that I'm in today. Because I didn't listen to them, even as an adult, I still sometimes go through that. I'm like, damn, they were right.
You know what happens to me too, yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Because my mom be like, Kevin, before you go out, don't do such and such. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? Oh, I'll go out and do it anyway. Bitch, I'll be like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Like, it's, when your parents speak, I say, listen, and pay attention to what they're saying. Because sometimes you'll ask a question, or they have a way of saying, well, you can go ahead and do it, but they really don't want you to fucking do it. You got to pay attention to how it comes out. And don't say, oh, because she said I should do it. No. Like, pay attention. They know what they're talking about. Now, I know some of y'all going to say, well, not all the time. Of course not all the time, but when they speak, listen, because they know what they're talking about. And the last story, before we get up out of here, is the story about the guy.
I'm reading something real quick. No, I'm reading something. I'm sorry. I was reading something that had something to do, like a little bit that had something to do with the story, but it doesn't exactly quite have anything to do with the story. But go ahead.
Oh,
I thought it did. But
the guy from Mississippi, or it was a Mississippi television station. There happened to be somebody trying to get away from the cop, and then the cop car crashed and everything. And you know how I've noticed that the reporters in the South, they love to interview the weirdest looking people, or the people that's not there altogether. Now, I'm not saying he's not there altogether, but he just wasn't.
Because the people who are not there altogether, or the weirdest looking ones, are always there.
Yeah.
So then
they don't have nobody else to interview.
Choice
but you know, when they interview, you know, when the news interview people, they'll be on TV for maybe 10 seconds, and then they'll cut to the next person and talk about what happened. Excuse me. Now, I doubt that they put this on TV, but this news station was like, this is hilarious, so we can get people to watch, because to me, it's foolery. He gets on there, yes, girl, because this happened, and he went this way, and he went that way, and oh, I said, oh, this guy needs a blessing, and he said, oh, no, not today, and yes, girl, and it was just too much. But he had everything on point. But I just was like, no, he can't be serious. Because his voice tones changed, acting like he felt sorry. I felt like this man was like, this is my moment to get seen. And instead of taking a car crash like that so serious, he added his humor to it. And he had green fingernails. His eyebrows was connected as a unibrow. His eyelashes, I don't know what was going on.
Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Was this a real accident?
Yes.
So that means that this was a real accident. So that means that this particular person that was interviewed, the guy that we all now know, Piece of Burger or whatever. Excuse me. Shout out to Burger King too, because I saw that post on Instagram. That means that this guy actually was walking the streets like this. He didn't have time to run home and put all that on and then come and get interviewed. He was actually walking the streets like that.
And he knew everything that went on.
Because he was standing right there.
Yeah, he said, I was going to go get me a piece of burger from Burger King.
They probably got into an accident by looking at him.
I don't know. But I just think that, yes, it was funny, but these reporters, I think that they're exploiting our people in this manner.
Are they exploiting our people, or are our people exploiting themselves?
I think that they felt that it was so funny that they said, "Oh, let's post this on our Facebook page," because you know people are going to share that.
Right. So, what's the problem with them doing that? Because he decided to act like a plum fool. So, if you're gonna act like a plum fool, then why not post it? That's what you're doing. You want me to post it.
I think because they want more people to watch their network, so they want people to see this man on TV
acting a fool.
Yeah.
And so therefore he wants to have more people watch him act like a fool.
It's just like he's like.
See, sometimes you can't blame.
A
lot of times I don't blame the reporters at home. I didn't blame the reporters for Antoine Dotson. I don't blame the reporters for any of these people who get on camera and act a plumb fool. I didn't even blame the reporter for that little girl who peed on herself. Why? Because that little girl was old enough to know I have to go to the bathroom, so therefore I'm going to step aside. She wasn't no toddler. You know what I mean? And then people were like, oh, but she was a little girl, that reporter was wrong. No, she was wrong for standing there and allowing herself to pee on herself. Yeah, but if you have to go to the bathroom, then step aside.
But you know what, though? I think.
And one more thing.
Go ahead.
That reporter didn't force that little girl to stand there.
She sure did. That made me so mad.
She didn't force her to stand there. So why, when people were saying, oh, I blame the reporter, why? That reporter didn't tell her to stand. When she said, I gotta pee, go pee.
She knew she had to pee before that interview was coming.
There you go. And as a matter of fact, why are you even talking to this lady? My mom used to tell us a long time ago, you don't talk to nobody. They ask you a question, you keep walking. You know what I mean? Like, this was a big girl. And I don't mean big in size. I mean, she was a big girl who knew right from wrong. Like, I didn't understand that. That's why I don't blame the reporters. I blame the people who put themselves in this situation.
Now, when it comes to Sweet Brown and Antoine Dodson, those, to me, I don't think that they were looking for fame. They happened to become famous because
of the situation.
Yeah, the situation. Antoine Dodson, his sister, somebody breaking his house. Now, you expect, we looking for you, we gonna find you and all.
Right.
And bitch, I turned that into a song.
But you know what's so funny about that? And I agree with you. That yes, Antoine Dodson may not have been looking for fame, but at the same time, there were people out there that were still blaming the media. There were some people who were blaming white people for exploiting this black guy. Why?
No, he wasn't being. No,
But see, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Why are you blaming everybody for him getting on camera and telling a story about somebody breaking into his woman's house? That's why the point that I'm trying to make is, why are we blaming the media for this guy walking around in green hair, a unibrow that's drawn on, and he's talking all types of jibber jabber and gibberish like he ain't got common sense? Why are we blaming the media for posting that? He was the one who stepped in front of that camera and allowed them to record him acting that way.
Then they're like, oh my God, he was on So You Think You Can Dance. I'm like, oh, that's why he was acting like that. Because he went from...
There's always an accident.
It was just crazy.
That's why I don't blame the media. Why? Because the media's there doing their job. That's what they're to do. That's like my analogy when I say a lot of times, and I be like, what are people going to watch more? Are they going to stand there and watch trains going across the track, or are they going to stand there and watch a train wreck? They're going to watch a train wreck. People give two shits about a train going. The only time people are watching the train is when the train is blocking their path to get through. Other than that, people are going to make sure they run to a train wreck because they want to see what happened. Don't nobody give a fuck about that man if they wouldn't have cared if he was just standing there all calm, whatever the case may be. But because he decided to act a fool on camera, that's why people care. And I don't blame the media for any of that because the media was doing their job. I blame him because he decided to act a fool.
Girl, my hunger went away.
And by the way, just to let you know, I saw the video and I didn't laugh not once.
Me neither.
The only video I laughed at was the one that he posted on his Instagram where he was singing the City High song, What Would You Do? I thought that was funny. But the part where that's why I asked you, was this a real car accident? Because I'm like, is this for real?
Because I think I posted on Instagram, I wish that this was a skit.
Yeah, because
that's what it looked like.
That's why I just asked you, was that a real car crash? Because I'm like, that don't even seem like that was a real car crash. Because he actually was walking down the street looking like that?
Yeah.
Like a clown?
Yeah, you know what though? I'm going to give that to him. He's being himself. I'll give that to him. But coming on TV like that, they seen him coming. They seen him coming.
Yes, they did. Just like they seen Melinda Brown dump.
Yes. Now that ain't nothing. She was serious. She didn't ask for that. But she was like, bitch, if they can't get it together, I will do it. And I don't know nothing about running the city. But I learned quick, fast, and in a hurry. And give these people what they're supposed to make. She was going off.
Listen, if you haven't seen Melinda Brown Duncan on YouTube, look her up. Because like Kevin said, she was dead serious. She was not being funny at all. She was mad that they was walking up in our neighborhood and those dead bodies in his house.
She's like,
they ain't big.
And the girl in the mirror. I can't remember the right. She was so.
I'm about to find her. Because you know what? One thing's for certain, and two things for motherfucking sure. You don't mess.
She's like, oh, you want to know my name? Melinda Brown Duncan. Now tell him that.
Yeah, she did. She was very upset at the fact that some stuff was going on.
And the Fitz abandoned buildings. That's why these people don't want to come to the city of Detroit. Oh, you got to play that whole video.
Yeah. You think I'm not? Yeah. You think that I'm not? Wait, hold on.
And the governor, y'all problem is y'all just sitting up there collecting a check.
Oh no, this is not the wrong thing. I got the wrong thing. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because I'm going to find the original. I'm going to find it. Okay? I'm going to find it. Wait a minute, y'all. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure. You will not.
Before you. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, wait. Because an ad's about to put. Let me turn this down because I don't want no ads on this video. Because I'm not getting paid. Did you hear what I said? None of them will be in this video.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, can you go from here?
The ad still playing?
No.
Thing, and it's and the governor. Y'all problem is y'all just sitting up there and collecting a check. If y'all really want to run the city of Detroit, come around here in every block of the city of Detroit, look through these houses. If they ain't no good, tear their down so people can stop finding dead relatives in these damn houses and pay these damn Detroit cops what they supposed to earn for being out here protecting the city of Detroit. If not, put my in office. I'll show you how to damn run the city of damn Detroit. And I don't know nothing about it. But I learned quick, fast, and hurt to get y'all sorry up out of here and do the right damn thing. That's why the hell the city of Detroit. That's why people don't want to come to the city of Detroit. Because y'all sorry getting off your and doing it was y'all damn family members. Y'all to do the right damn thing. So kiss my black get off the office. Bye. Nah. We call and
Tell me your name.
oh, my name
That was good.
That was good.
Melinda Brown Duncan, baby. Now, come find me. I'll show you what better to run the city of Detroit. The sorry.
Hey, she told it like it is. Not like it was.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need those type of people that to be at town hall meetings.
Yes. Instead of being at home
I
missing
really
out.
get my life.
I ain't been to a North Philly meeting in so long. And speaking of North Philly, y'all know last week I had a dream that the streets was locked down and that Chris Brown was in town. And I was wondering, like, well, is Chris Brown working with Meek Mill? Because just because you see one person doesn't mean that's what it's about. So Meek Mill, he shut down one of the streets. I think it was Judson Street the other day. Shooting a music video. I mean, cars was packed all up and down my street. I didn't know what the fuck was going on until somebody told me. Then all of a sudden, like, I mean, you know, I heard that, you know, Madison and them was down there and Richard had to pick Madison up and run her to the house because somebody took a gun out and cracked somebody on top of the head. Why can't, when it's a video shoot, why can't everybody just get the fuck along? Why you got to come out there with the dumb shit? Like, don't bring that to our neighborhood. You know, take it somewhere else. But shout out to Meek Mill for remembering his neighborhood, and you know he done several videos down here. But yeah, just shout out to him. But y'all got to leave that foolishness at home because y'all had kids out there. It was a bunch of kids, you know, trying to meet him and take pictures and everything, and then you had somebody pull out a gun and hit somebody in the head. Like, it just wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary at all. But shout out to Meek Mill for doing a video in North Philly again. And shout out to y'all for watching this video. And I'm going to close this by saying, if you have not donated to the Blackout, which is going down September the 5th, the GoFundMe link is inside the More Info box. Please click on that link and donate wherever you can. And Mikkel and I, we will definitely see you on Tuesday with the new video. But I think that I'm going to see y'all on Sunday because I think I'm going to start talking about Married to Medicine. I got to talk about Married to Medicine, and I'm so excited that the Basketball Wives is coming back on July 12th. So our Monday videos are going to be real good this summer with Basketball Wives. I don't know if you like Married to Medicine like that, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff to discuss. So we'll see y'all next week. And also, catch up on Wayward Pines. That is my show.
Howard?
Yes.
I didn't know it started yet.
Oh yeah, it started 5 weeks ago. Tonight is the 5th episode. It is good.
Don't say nothing about it. What channel does it come on? Fox.
Fox.
Is it on demand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All
It is on
episodes,
demand?
yes.
Good.
It is good.
I'm gonna start
And
it.
y'all know I don't like creepy shit. But
Is it like
good.
stupid creepy, or is it like creepy, like realistic creepy, or is it like sci-fi creepy?
It makes you wonder if
Okay, don't tell me nothing. I don't care.
if
But it
it's
makes me
really a
wonder.
place like this. I tell you that. And I think it is. But yeah, Wayward Pines. Y'all watch it this weekend. Oh shit, y'all ain't gonna have time. Because tomorrow, Orange is the New Black is back. All the episodes on Netflix. Oh bitch, this is going to be a good weekend. Shout out to all the cities celebrating Pride, or we celebrating Pride this Sunday. I'll be out there in Penn's Landing. So if you see me, speak. Don't be saying, oh, I seen you and don't speak. And let me end this video because I can keep going on and on about shit I forgot. So see y'all next week. Peace.